Picture this: the Vatican in a state of mourning, the bells tolling to announce that the leader of the Catholic Church has passed. The death of a pope is not just a time of sorrow, it sets in motion one of the most secretive and critical processes in the Church, the election of a new pope. But what really happens behind those closed doors? How does the Catholic Church choose its next leader? And what happens during the conclave? In today's video, we'll explore what happens when the Pope dies. We'll take you step by step through the conclave process, revealing how cardinals choose the next Pope and how long this process takes. So, what happens immediately after the Pope passes away? First, the Pope's death is officially confirmed by the Camerlengo, the cardinal in charge of managing the Church during the period between popes, known as the sede vacante, or the vacant seat. The Camerlengo traditionally verifies the Pope's death in a ritual that dates back centuries, then informs the College of Cardinals. Once the Pope's death is public, the Church enters a period of mourning. The Pope's body lies in state in St. Peter's Basilica for several days, allowing Catholics from around the world to pay their respects. Meanwhile, the Vatican gears up for one of its most important tasks, selecting the next Pope. This is where the conclave comes in. The conclave, derived from the Latin conclave, meaning with a key, refers to the locked room meeting of the cardinals where they elect the new pope. These cardinals, a group of up to 120, are the top-ranking members of the Church, and only those under the age of 80 are eligible to vote. The conclave takes place in the Sistine Chapel, one of the most iconic locations in Vatican City. Here's where it gets intense. Once the cardinals enter the chapel, the doors are literally locked behind them. They are cut off from the outside world. No phones, no internet, no contact at all, until a new pope is chosen. This ensures that the election is completely free from outside influence, preserving the sanctity of the process. The process of electing a new pope is meticulous. The cardinals vote by secret ballot, writing a single name on their ballot each time. To win, a candidate must receive a 2/3 majority, which is typically 77 votes out of 115 cardinal electors. If no one reaches this majority, the ballots are burned, sending black smoke up the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, signaling to the world that the Church has not yet chosen a new leader. But when a candidate finally reaches that magic 2/3 majority, the ballots are burned again, this time producing white smoke, signaling the election of a new pope. Once the white smoke appears, the world knows, we have a new pope. So, how long does the conclave take? The truth is, it varies. While some conclaves have taken weeks or even months in the past, modern conclaves tend to move much faster. For example, when Pope Francis was elected in 2013, the conclave only took 2 days. On average, the process lasts 2 to 5 days, but the cardinals are under no strict deadline. They take their time to pray, reflect, and discuss before casting their votes. Interestingly, the longest conclave in history took place in the 13th century and lasted nearly 3 years. Thankfully, in today's world, that kind of delay is unlikely. One of the most fascinating aspects of the papal election is that, in theory, any baptized male Catholic can become pope. However, in practice, the cardinals almost always choose one of their own. The elected pope is typically a cardinal, but technically, someone who isn't a cardinal could be chosen. It's rare, but possible. That being said, the demands for a pope are immense. The next leader of the church must be someone who can bear the spiritual, political, and social responsibilities of the office. They must be a strong leader, rooted in faith, and ready to shepherd over 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide. It's no small task. Before we dive deeper into what happens once the new pope is chosen, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments, who do you think could be the next pope? Once a pope has been elected, the process moves swiftly. The chosen candidate is asked, "Do you accept your canonical election as Supreme Pontiff?" If they say yes, they immediately become pope, even before any public ceremony. The newly elected pope then chooses a papal name, a tradition that reflects their vision and the direction they hope to take the church. Moments later, the world gets its first glimpse of the new pope as they step onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, where the announcement is made, "Habemus Papam, we have a pope." The new pope then gives their first blessing to the crowd, known as the Urbi et Orbi, to the city and the world. And that, in a nutshell, is what happens when a pope dies and how the church chooses a new leader. The conclave is one of the most ancient and secretive processes still in existence today, and with every new pope, the Catholic Church embarks on a new chapter in its long history. As Pope Francis continues his papacy, the time will inevitably come when the Church will gather once again in the Sistine Chapel to select its next leader. And just like before, millions will wait in anticipation, watching for the white smoke to rise, as history is made once more.